Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well on this terrific, terrific Tuesday. And oh my God, am I burnt? I know, I know. Before you lot before you lot stay. I've said it again. Sunstroke. I bet a sunstroke. Anyway, like I say, before you lot start having a moan after last year's events, I have put loads and loads of tan and stuff on. It just clearly doesn't work. So I'm going to blame the manufacturer. Anyway, let's get straight into meat and potatoes. As the sad news has come that it has been confirmed that the body they have found is indeed Jay Slater. Apparently, identification was obtained via fingerprints. So there we have it. That brings a conclusion to the questions as to whether this was or was not him. Now, the question remains here, right? Because it's a difficult one. Because I thought immediately, when all this was going on, I thought to myself, I knew if Jay Slater had have gone back to this Airbnb and he'd have left that Airbnb, then just plain common sense would have said that he is going to be within, not too far away from that Airbnb. And apparently, when they first found that he was missing, they've obviously sent the dogs out, they've sent, the searchers out, yada, yada, yada. Everyone's about. Now, they've turned around and said that this is a real sort of treacherous area. Do you know what I mean? A real treacherous area. So, some of it, not even the dogs could get to, and I appreciate that. Someone said about specialised search goats. Now, is that a thing, or was I being trolled? That sounds quite cool, specialised mountain search goats, because I've seen like them adverts where there's goats actually on the side of the mountain, so maybe it is a real thing. But anyway, I'll digress. So look, I thought to myself, why did they not find him? Why did they not find him? If they've been apparently searching this entire time for a month, do you know what I mean? They're going for a month. How come the dogs didn't even pick up a scent from Jay? Surely sniffer dogs would have been taken into the Airbnb. They could have done their thing in the Airbnb, and then, the idea is that they find scents and then they track them. And Jay would have no doubt left scents where he was walking, and if that had have taken them in a specific area, then surely it wouldn't have taken a month. And then this news come out today, obviously confirmation that Jay has been found. We've ID'd him, and he was found down this deep ravine. And they're saying that he likely fell, he's impacted, and very likely died instantly. And I thought to myself then, that's good. If that's how it all happened, that's how it all played out. You take some comfort in the guy didn't lay there suffering. But you see, that was the first place that I went, because I was thinking to myself, how long was Jay out there, potentially in a bad way, without being found, where he could have potentially been found alive and been able to be found and saved. And I thought to myself, yeah, the fact that you're coming out and saying that he died instantly, the skeptic in me will turn around and say, well, you're going to say that, aren't you? Because the first question is going to be, when the dust settles, not right immediately, because not everybody's got the balls to sort of ask some questions. And I'm going to touch on that tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled, because I am going to talk about one last video about the Jay Slater case, and it's going to be speaking on the coverage of the Jay Slater case and how that went, why it went the way it did, and is there lessons that can be learned about it. Again, keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, I thought to myself, not everybody's going to call this out. Not everybody is going to want to address it. But I thought to myself, yeah, for you to come out and say, yeah, he died instantly, definitely died instantly, he's fallen, they're going to do an autopsy, obviously, and the injuries, I'm sure, will be consistent with a fall and blunt force trauma, likely. It's going to be labelled as misadventure. But it's reminiscent of different cases, and we've spoken about them, the Kylie Rodney situation, even the Nicola Bulley situation, do you know what I mean? And you think to yourself, even Nicola Bulley. And so it comes out that Peter Folden had basically found Nicola as soon as he went into the water. Now, I don't know the authenticity of those claims, but that's what he claimed. He claimed that he found her, and the police basically turned around and told him, no, it's not her. It's not her, but he knew it was. And they purposefully tried to hide the fact that she'd been found because law enforcement didn't want to look like they had missed her and she had been there for a duration of time, and all these subsequent things had happened because of the duration of time that went by. Do you know what I mean? There's maybe a lot of heartache, a lot of speculation, a lot of the rumour mill wouldn't have been so, well, it wouldn't have been. I don't know why I'm even contemplating it. Flat out wouldn't have been, because we'd have had an answer immediately. If it had been found within a couple of days, then, yeah, it'd have been put to bed to a degree. There would have still been questions. There are questions around this case, you know, and if Jay Slater was my child, was a relative of mine, and I had skin in the game, then there would be people who I would want to be questioning. Now, some people had a go at me because they were saying, oh, you can't say that other people are accountable. And it's not about being accountable. It's just being a decent person and looking out for one another. You know, if you're with your friends and you go to a foreign country, even if you don't go to a foreign country, even if you're going out and you're planning on doing things that have an element of risk to them, whether that be drinking, whether that be narcotics, whatever, then you should be decent enough people to want to look out for one another. And I get it. Some people just don't. And it's not about being fucking woke before you fucking woke idiots start saying, oh, stop being woke. You know, you do things yourself, you live by the consequences. Fuck off. And do you know what I mean? If I had skin in the game with it, there'd be some people I'd be saying, why did he just end up at this place on his own, and why the fuck was he walking that way? And if this terrain was so tumultuous, then why did he decide to do that? Why did he decide to do it? With shorts and a fucking t-shirt on. It weren't like he was wearing a Rangers outfit, you know what I mean? And I don't mean the Scottish football team before you smart fuckers start. You know what I mean? I can't understand how he went down this route. I can't understand it. And maybe it's just because my grown-up mentality is like, well, I fucking wouldn't do that, and I forget what it was like to be a kid, but I don't even think that I'd have done it then. But again, I can't put myself in someone else's shoes, and maybe this case is just a simple open and shut case, but the things that are around it have led people down rabbit holes. And I would say rightly so. Rightly so. What do people want? Nobody to question anything. Just always accept the pushed narrative. Always. Don't question anything. If it looks dodgy, fuck it. Not your problem, not your fault. You haven't got skin in the game. What's the matter? Well, I ain't going to do that. I will poke and prod and go down every fucking avenue that there absolutely is. If things don't look right, then we're going to speak about it. And if you don't like it, then you're fucking following the wrong channel. You best you fuck off now before you get yourself upset and your panties in a bunch. But yeah, confirmation it's Jay Slater. Possibly he died instantly. I hope he did, if that's the way it is, because I wouldn't want to think of the young man suffering. But again, as aforementioned, I can't help that skeptic in me just thinks, of course you're going to say that, because you don't want people to question whether your delay in finding him, perhaps led to him spending some time suffering that he didn't need to, and he could have potentially been saved. Who knows? Let me know down below what you think. I'll catch you all tomorrow.